Hey everybody, Dicey Tales is a really great pulp adventure game that I did a video on. I hope you watched it. If not, at the end you can click and go check out that video to see what it's all about. I was very impressed with it. It uses the Barbarians of Lemuria system. It's by Jeff Mejia. He loves pulp. You can see it all throughout the game. And now we have Dicey Tales Adventures number 1. It says Pacific Island Adventures, Thrills, Dangers, Mystery. I'm going to be spoiling the crap out of this thing. And you can find a link, of course, down in the description, pinned comment, PDF, print on Drive to RPG. It says it's got the Gamboa Gazetteer, the River God's Revenge, Black Dragon Rising, an island generator, and an NPC generator. So I do like how it keeps the kind of the same look to the front. And let's go ahead and look through it. I had a lot of fun checking this one out right here. So... And it says future issues will support the Dicey Tales Pulp RPG. We will offer adventure settings in the classic Gazetteer format and new ways to play Dicey Tales, and with expansions to careers, boons, flaws, playstyles, and genres. So very neat. Look at this map. When I opened this up and saw it, I said, oh my goodness, that is a fantastic map. Gamboa is a fictional island in the Pacific. It's a fantastic place to have a lot of adventures, to be pretty much your HQ for all your pulp action. And it's great. This map is just phenomenal. I really, really dig it a lot. It's got everything you need right here. The numbered places, everything from the refueling station to hotels, the market, dry goods, the ship works, harbor master's office. I mean, on and on. It just really looks good. They did a good job here with the inside the book there, by not really having something down deep in there with a number. It just looks fantastic. I really, really dig this map a lot. And yeah, right off the bat, we're starting great. So what we've got here is a Gazetteer of Gamboa. Like I said, it's a fictional place. It's going to tell you the history about it. And I'm not going to go into a huge bunch of this section here, but what I want to let you know is that it's got everything you need to bring this place alive. It's going to show you the art, the NPCs. It's got a lot of other cool stuff going on to it too, which I will spotlight. But I like how its stuff's all broken down, such as non-player characters or places of business and relaxation, kind of telling you about it, and the government. And then the Gamboa Station, like the map key, with what you've seen there on the map. And these sections here, they're in color, are great to give you some more information about a lot of the NPCs. La Folie, which is, it's going to be a fun place to have a lot of interactions with some of the NPCs. There's going to be dancing girls and singers there. It is a slice, it says, of Parisian red light district in Gamboa. So very cool. Here's who own it. You're going to deal with him in the main adventure as well. Here's Betty's Bar. I like the fact that it's got pictures, art of some of the buildings. I think that's something that kind of gets overlooked sometimes. And of course the NPCs like this with big pieces of art to show your players. Really, really cool. A lot of the NPCs that are going to spotlight, they have a lot of other stuff going on, and they've got, maybe some of them are undercover people, or they have an interesting history where they were part of maybe a government agency. So there's a lot to kind of delve in here and pull out a lot of cool ideas for adventures with these NPCs. This fella right here is going to be kind of the underworld villain of the island here. And again, somebody you can really have a lot of fun bringing him to life here. But just going to break down all these different places, all the different NPCs. Again, I really just dig the art, and it goes right along with the Dicey Tales main book, the way it looks. So very, very cool. And there's tons of little adventure hooks here and there. Maybe they're looking for something. Maybe they've got something up their sleeve, or they need help with something. It's just chock full of it. And this is a thing I love to see, because this is a place that you can just bring back time and time again and know that you can go there. You'll know, maybe make some contacts, make some friends, maybe make some enemies. Look at that. It's really cool. I dig it. I dig it a bunch. And it's a good section. It's a good section of this book. You have a bunch of different people from a bunch of different lands, different countries. Some of them maybe have got some bad histories with them. And here at the end, we've got this cool thing with the story hooks. I like that a lot. And then the Gamboa Island Bestiary, letting you know which page of the Dicey Tales book you can find a lot of the creatures that can be found in this island and in this area. So very, very neat. But I do like this. I like these story hooks. Very cool. Again, we've got the map of Gamboa. That's nice. And then we've got this of the actual station there and everything. Just great. I really dig it once again. And yeah, I can't praise it enough. So here's a lot of the NPC stats, and I like the way these look. These look like the back of like an old G.I. Joe action figure, the cardboard. That's what it reminds me of. It's got everything you need for them, and it doesn't rehash information about who they are in this because you've got it all in the actual sections. But I really dig that. I really like how it says like they're an ally or a tough, or they're a villain, like this right here, or him. He's a crime boss. I just like that. It's really quick and easy to read with this system. And I like this too, this kind of side shot of the island. I think this is a good call to show your players as maybe they're coming up on a boat to, their first time to be there in Gamboa, and they can see it in the distance. I just think it gives it some nice depth to it. So I really dig that piece of art there. And this is our first adventure, Black Dragon Rising. And it's by Nick Clements, and he's done a really great job here. It says a clandestine Japanese organization known as the Black Dragon Society has been secretly researching jet-powered aircraft on an island in the South Pacific. The characters stumble across this research and race to foil their deadly plans. So it's really cool, in fact, that it's going to involve the island of Gamboa. So you're going to use a lot of that stuff from the beginning section to help bring this adventure to life. You'll be going back and forth onto the island. And it's just fun. It's a good way to get involved in Gamboa, and I really dig that a lot. It says our characters are then led to a mysterious ghost island where the Black Dragon Society is perfecting deadly rocket planes. The race is on to stop them before they test their destructive firepower. And this is set in the 1930s. That's when it all kind of is set in the 1930s. So the Japanese are up to something. And this is a really cool thing right here. These key clues are present in this adventure. These are in bold and highlighted. Whatever happens, ensure the characters get these key pieces of information as they progress. So that's extremely helpful for someone running this game. And another thing it does really well is it's just written well. From start to finish, it was easy to understand what was happening, where the places were, all the different story beats and how they work. I really dig it. I like to read this text box. And then like right there, La Folie is right there, so you can show that to your players. I dig it. So you're going to have a bad storm is coming in, and you're going to have an airplane that's going to crash. Well, the storm really messes up the Gamboa there, and they need someone to go investigate this crash. And it's going to be helpful if you have someone with a seaplane. And seaplanes are just really cool, and they just embrace the pulp adventure action stuff. You've got a seaplane, you're going to different places, and you're going to have one of those. And you're going to go check it out. You're going to get some information from once at the crash site. You can see the plane is there. You're going to dive down, and you're going to get some information, get some clues about what's happened. Unfortunately, one of the pilot's head was chewed off by this eel. You'll interact with the eel. But as you can see here, there's a mysterious package here. Again, there's great key items and clues there to let you know. And then here, there's a canvas satchel is hung, which contains a very wet and currently unreadable flight logs and maps. So you're probably going to deal with the eel. It's going to probably try to attack you. You're going to get these things. Really cool to be able to all of a sudden dive down. It's not extremely deep, and you're going to investigate. It's going to tell you how to do like diving, how it's going to, holding your breath and going down and searching, looking through a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to get. You're going to return. And this gentleman right here is got a lot of good information. He's got a history about him. And there's some other people. Everybody you meet, it seems, has got something in a backstory about them. And so he's going to give you some information. And what's going to happen is it's going to lead you down the line of adventure. Again, finding more of these key things. And you're going to get to where you're going to find out about this ghost island and try to go there and find out what's happening. We've got a cool map here of it. There's a village. The hill's an old village. There's a compound there's some caves that you can explore, and then there's this hidden base where they're doing these experiments with the rocket stuff, right? So one thing I want to really spotlight, which I think is really cool. So we've got these section here that you read out to your players. That's great. But then we've got these purple sections, and it's optional, it says. And it says if you want a touch of the supernatural in your game, it can be, like the village can be haunted. And so each of these purple sections, if you want that element in your game, are spotlighted. And I think that's just really clever. I think that's really, really good. And I dig those sections if you want to add some supernatural elements to it. So you're going to investigate a lot of stuff, come across some NPCs that are there, some NPCs that helped you. There's two kind of street urchin boys. They kind of give you a lot of good information, and you're going to find one of their family members. There's just a neat thing with NPCs in this, and it's nothing too arduous that's going to be difficult to manage. You're just going to try to find out, oh, okay, you're that person that they told us about. We've been kind of looking for you, and here you've shown up. Again, those optional sections are just great and different. And even if you don't use them, maybe they can say, hey, this is a good opportunity to add something or change it a little bit. And I dig that a lot. And the fact is, with this easy system, I mean, all you see every once in a while are these kind of stats. Like make a roll, it might be a hard -1 mine roll. There's nothing really in it that you have to keep up with, like stat or system-wise. It shows you how good the system is. Well, these guys have got a submarine. They've got some fighter jets, and they're working on this rocket plane. And you're going to have to pretty much thwart them in a big kind of awesome cave scene with a submarine and a hidden base, and hopefully be the heroes of this great, cool story here. There's some story seeds that can play out maybe later on as well if things go a certain way. There is the HMAS Vampire, which is just an awesome, it says an old vessel. It's a great name for a boat, but it can be used at the end, at the big conclusion. Just a big kind of action scene here to put a stop to this Japanese submarine and what they're doing. We've got all our NPC stuff here. Very, very helpful just to have that all there. And if you get the PDF, obviously, you can just know that you can jump right to it, photocopy or print these off here, and you've got all your stats on a couple pages here. So I dig that. It's really, really good. And again, the map again of Ghost Island. And then we've got River God's Revenge. It's by Garnet Elliott. This one's a little bit different, and I really enjoy this one too. It says Saigon, 1935. So we're in Vietnam now, and you're approached by this lady. She's of French-Vietnamese descent. She's in some trouble. Her father is an archaeologist. He's been kidnapped by anti-imperialist guerrillas. She wants to bargain for his release with a mysterious golden statue, but needs to get to the guerrillas' stronghold first. A treacherous river journey follows with pirates, saltwater crocodiles, and a final twist worthy of Apocalypse Now, which I really, really dig. So it's written by someone else. You can kind of see the difference in the writing styles. And there was a part of me that kind of almost wishes that it was kind of coherently together, but like the same. But I like the fact that you've got different authors here and their own different styles. So like right here, we've got major NPCs telling you about the different people here. You've got her father. You've got her. It says there's Latour, a former French foreign legionary, hot on Yvette's trail. You've got Duga, who is a Tibetan, so he's 6'5". He specializes in strangling. Just a great kind of villain dude. Captain Klein, he's a morose Belgian and would be Saucier, captain of the steamer Nelly. And then you've got, I think it's Thu, I'm not exactly sure. It's a huge 20-foot saltwater crocodile that's involved in this adventure. So you're going to start off with like an action-packed bar fight, this back alley brawl. And you're gonna fight some people, which I really like the rules for, like the rabble that you fight, the easy people to fight in this game. And it's just fun to just throw those at NPCs and have kind of a big action scene. These guys can be watching from afar. Pretty nefarious looking dudes here, and very interesting. And the long story short about this is you're going to go down this river. You're gonna get out a couple times and investigate some stuff. Be attacked by river pirates as they kind of ambush you, and you're gonna finally end up at this rubber tree plantation, in essence, where her father is held by these guerrillas, in essence. You'll have a dinner with him. You'll find out that he doesn't seem to be in too bad of a shape. They have a nice meal with this doctor. He explains his situation. If you go investigating more of the kind of the mansion, the plantation, you'll find out that she actually stole this statue that she has, that she shows you, from the Louvre, and the French have been looking for it. So it's a neat twist where all of a sudden you realize that you've helped her all along to get this statue to her father, and the French are actually after her. And the people, those two goons that you thought were bad guys, are actually hired to go get it, to go and track her down. And so there's an interesting just kind of dynamic there where you have to kind of decide on whose side you're on. And then we've got another terrible, terrible storm is just absolutely destroying the place. And there's going to be a big fight at the end where the storm is coming in. You've got to choose which side you're on. The terrible crocodile, and it's kind of like in a pool, but now that it's flooded, it can go anywhere it wants. It starts picking people off one by one, and you're going to have to make some choices about who gets to keep these statues. Do you hand them over to the kind of the good guys, keep them for yourself, and what may come from that? And I really just dug this adventure. I like the fact it's got that twist that you think that you're helping this lady, but come to find out she was a thief all along. But there is some rationale behind why they did it. And I dig it. I think it's really cool. So again, we've got our stats for our characters here, our toughs and villains, all the information we need. And then we have a Pacific Island generator. This is fairly basic. You roll D6, maybe it's a medium. The island, the feature is a lake. The occupants are peaceful natives, and the rumor is of buried treasure. And there might be a hazard where occasionally there's predators, or maybe there's something strange with like a time magnetic displacement. So it's very basic, very easy to use. That way you can do it very quickly and get playing. And that is all that type of Barbarians of Lemuria style. Yes, it could be a little bit more intricate and do a lot more stuff to it, but I think it's going to get you by. Maybe it's twin islands, maybe there's a cave network. You can create a whole bunch of different islands without it getting really, really silly. And then we've got a little bit more in-depth Pacific NPC generator. This thing's very valuable. You'll roll it up, it'll tell you like where they're from. Maybe they're from the islands or Southeast Asia. These you'll just kind of maybe pick or roll a d6 again, and like this has only got 4, so if you roll a 5 or 6, maybe just re-roll. Maybe they're from Australia or New Zealand, so you pick their place. What's their job? You've got adventurer, pirate, smuggler, what their appearance is, their skin, their hair, their tattoos, what type design of tattoo it is. So very easy and quick way to make an NPC. Maybe they're a heavy drinker, they sing randomly, they speak in first person. It's a very strange thing that one is. Dripping with weapons, I love that. A secret identity. And maybe roll twice and have them be a drinker, and they sing a bunch. They've got a feature, maybe it's a pet monkey or a parrot, a hook hand, I love that, a peg leg. This is pretty much, are they a pirate? I love that. And then a really cool thing with Pacific Island names. If you need a quick island name, you've got it. And then we have kind of like a cheat sheet, like a quick reference page right here, which is very helpful. And that's gonna end it. Do have some advertisement here, obviously for Dicey Tales, and then Space Pulp, also by Garnet Elliott. That looks like it might be a cool game. I'd like to check that out. And then Watch Dogs of Kilcade. So some cool other games that use this system. Overall, I really dug this. I think it's really, really good. I absolutely love the map. Just fantastic. I'd love to see more maps like this with Dicey Tales. If you go to someplace, I'd love to see a temple that's laid out like this. I like for the next Dicey Tales adventures to maybe have some sort of real Indiana Jones, Tomb Raider type adventures with islands and ruins, exploration and puzzles and traps. And a map like this would just, I need this in every single one of them now. You've already got me hooked with this. But Gamboa is a fantastic place to have a lot of adventures in the Pacific. And it's really well fleshed out. And overall, I'm really digging Dicey Tales, if you like pulp. And again, I think it's a niche of a niche type thing. I think people overlook pulp adventures, but they're just so kind of big and bombastic, and they harken back to that really fun, adventurous age of all sorts of entertainment. And it needs to be more in the forefront. We need movies that are like stuff like this. We need TV shows. I think it's really untapped resources there of just awesome. So there it is, Dicey Tales Adventures #1. Bring on #2. Very big fan of this, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, do all that stuff you do. Thank you always for watching my videos all these years, and I can't wait to make more for you. I've got a lot of exciting stuff still coming up, so thank you.